Welcome to Same Spit, Different Face TV. Well, my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free. So don't forget to spit on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification. Now, Spit Squad, a reporter for the Chicago Tribune, was in court, and he basically gave us a breakdown of some things that happened. Now, update: Chicago rapper LIL DURK planned to take a private jet to Italy after his associates were arrested in a murder for hire plot, the feds say. Now Durk is in custody in Florida, charged with putting a monetary bounty out for the killing of a rival. In Banks' charging documents, federal investigators say witnesses in or their family members have already received threats in or have been contacted in what appear to be attempts to influence their participation in the investigation. And then he says, I was the only reporter in Chicago courtroom Thursday when 5 associates of Durk, only the family, were brought in. Prosecutors said their charges carry a maximum of death if convicted in a mandatory minimum of 30 years. There's an identified hearing for one defendant today. Now, for those of y'all who don't know what that is, just like me, an identified hearing is a type of court proceeding in criminal cases, especially in cases involving extradition or transferring from one jurisdiction to another. Its main purpose is to confirm that the person in custody is indeed the individual named in the arrest warrant or legal documents, ensuring there's no case of mistaken identity. So we definitely know this is about Durk. Durk got caught down in Miami, so his hearing will be for the judge or the prosecutors just to confirm that that is the person they want. Once they get an eye on him, then they'll have the marshals go pick him up and transport him to the California jurisdiction, man. This is one of the biggest crash outs ever, man. Durk was one of the biggest in the game. He had turned his whole career around. Let's be honest, Durk started out hot, but then he just fizzled out. Durk was one of them artists that was turning into like, oh man, he used to be the man back in the day. Like, oh, he was a good drill art, that type of stuff. But he ended up turning his whole career around and becoming one of the most successful drill artists ever. And just for conversation's sake, man, a lot of people were saying, you know, Chief Keef was scared to come back to Chicago. Chief Keef didn't do XYZ, and Chief Keef wasn't helping all of this, right? But you know what Chief Keef did? He got his people. He took them out to Cali, and he never looked back. And his career, although musically he hasn't been making and dropping stuff and having the biggest sales, he's been able to continue to be out, take care of his kids, be able to see his family, be able to deal with the women he want to deal with. And also, he has a brand where he's grandfathered in and he's looked at like he's 100 years old, even though he's in his 20s. Because when you come from the streets, man, street years is like 1 year in the streets is like 4 years in real life, man. I'm telling you, that time goes so fast. You have so many real situations. You go through so many things. You have to think quick on your feet. You have to think for the people around you. You have to think for your enemies. You have to think for your friends. You have to learn quick who with you and who not. It's so many different things that you have to figure out. So this situation gonna turn out how it's gonna turn out, but I wanted to bring y'all Durk tried to escape to Italy. And I knew that once I saw that he was down in Miami. Check out my original Chicago hood movie in the end screen, No Time to Play Fair.